Hi everybody, I'm Lisa Westman. I'm the 7th grade ELA teacher. We wanted to give a thank you to a lot of people. There are a lot of names up on that screen. Without them, this night would not have been possible. First and foremost, to roughly 90 7th and 8th grade students who wrote business plans, pitched ideas to their classmates, came up with prototypes. I mean, we have so many ideas out there. You'll see some of them on the market soon. So first, let's give a round of applause to our finalists and many other students who came to support their classmates tonight. Also up there, you will see the names of many other teachers who helped with this evening. Our tech coach, our math teachers, our science teachers. Without them, again, this night would not have been possible. We have our student participants over here. We have our tech and MCs spread strategically throughout the room. And I wanted to give a thank you to any board members or administrators that are joining us tonight. Without their support, this night would not have been possible either. So let's give a round of applause to everybody. All over here. And parents. Thank you all. 2 weeks ago, we had the opportunity, the rare opportunity, to Skype with one of the real sharks. As you all know, this project was inspired by the reality TV show. And Mark Cuban took 45 minutes out of his day to answer some very challenging questions that the 7th and 8th grade students asked him. So we've put together a little highlight reel of that Skype session, so please enjoy.
Hey guys, sorry running late.
Thank you on behalf of the entire school and Skokie District 73.5 for taking time out of your schedule to meet with all of us today.
Just want to say, for watching Shark Tank, I think it's great that you guys are excited about starting this. I gotta tell you, when I was in middle school, when I was in 8th grade, that's just when I was really getting into business and getting excited about it. So it's a perfect time to start. You're never too young to start a business, no matter what anybody tells you. And there's nothing that you can't do. So if you work hard and put in the effort, then anything is possible. So with that, fire away and see what you got. You guys are amazing. The questions were amazing. You guys are going to make great entrepreneurs. Hopefully someday you'll be sharper instead of being like getting into shark fights with me and Mr. Not So Wonderful and Damon and Roy. I mean, this is a great start for you guys, and I'm sure nothing but amazing things will happen. So thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Okay, so we all know Mark Cuban, and he is a pretty impressive entrepreneur, but we also have 6 other pretty impressive entrepreneurs to our left. And some students have put together a little introduction to let you know who will be negotiating with your children tonight.
Who are the sharks? They're investors who are self-made successful entrepreneurs themselves. Stu Rosen, CFO and Vice President of Highland Baking Company. 4th generation bread baker, Stu has grown up with the family business, Highland Baking Company. Started by his father, Jim, Stu always knew he wanted to be a little breakery business. Highland Baking is a $125 million bread manufacturing business, serving national chains such as Wendy's, Chili's, 7-Eleven, and many other from coast to coast. Stu holds a Bachelor's of Science from the School of Hotel Management at Cornell University and a Master's degree in Business Administration from Northwestern. Lori Berry, Wealth Advisor and Senior Vice President of Wealth Management at UBS Financial Services in Chicago. Lori started at the age of 9 helping her family with the finances by vouching the family's checkbook and always to the penny. This experience led her right to a stock brokerage firm on Michigan Avenue, where she began building her book of business from scratch, immediately after graduating with her communication business degree from the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana. She runs her own all-women team at UBS Financial Service. Abe Rees, a computer programmer since middle school, he's the president and founder of the technology company Aspect Solutions. After starting the company from his kitchen table in Edison in 1998 and secured one client, Aspect Solutions now provides its flagship product, AppleTrack, to over 2,800 organizations through the world, most of them public school systems. It's not just school systems that use Abe software though. Dar Center, Ace Hardware, Sales, Ranger Boats, and the Hard Rock Hotel are all reaping the benefits of Abe's hard work and dedication to starting his own business from that kitchen table in Evanston. John Bueller is the CEO of NatureSpace, whose app for the iPhone and iPad has successfully maintained steady presence in the health and fitness category since the inception of the App Store, and is currently in the top 100 apps in over 60 countries. He has composed musical scores for a diverse list of clients, including NASA, the Chicago White Sox, and many of the sky shows at the Ectoplanetarium. His transition from freelance composer to app developer has given him a unique perspective on the role of creativity within the evolution of today's mobile technology. Dr. Ed Pavlovich has over 20 years' experience in marketing and research. He plays a uniquely valuable role on interdisciplinary teams or in new market arenas where there may be little market history for guiding decisions. He has conducted research in 15 countries worldwide. Some of his clients include AT&T Broadband, Blue Cross Blue Shield Association, Coca-Cola, the Gatorade Company, State Farm, and the Northern Trust. Dr. Bovich holds a PhD in marketing, a master's in experimental psychology, and a BBA, all from the University of Michigan. To round it out, he's also completed 2 years in the Fine Arts School at the University of Michigan. Larry Ramirez is the president and CEO of Dunbrook Apparel. Dunbrook makes apparel and outerwear for the promotional products industry and retail. Dunbrook has been in business for 75 years. It has licenses for the NFL, NHL, and Reebok, among others. He graduated from Illinois State University with a degree in economics and business. He has been in the apparel industry for 20 years and bought Dunbrook in 2006. He started as a sales rep for Johnston Sportswear and moved to California after college. Later, he created an export company and sold to the largest retailers in the world. He has traveled and done business all over the world. He currently goes to China and other parts of Asia 3 to 4 times a year.
All right, so before we start, we've got some rules of play. You can see them up there. I'll move very quickly through it because rules are boring. We have 8 student groups pitching their business ideas. These are the finalists. A ton of work has gone into this. Each shark will decide if she or he wants, it says, and we know how to edit because we're ELA teachers, but, okay, to invest in each business. The shark can negotiate with the business owner. The shark can make a joint offer with the other sharks. Or the shark can opt not to invest in a business and to give the reason why they are out. Number 2, each student group will have 2 to 3 minutes to pitch their idea, and we have a timer over there, I believe, as well. Number 3, sharks will have 2 to 3 minutes to respond with the questions, any questions that they have. Number 4, the presenters will respond to the shark's questions to the best of their abilities. And number 5, each shark will either make an offer or give a reason why she or he is out. Okay? All right.
And everyone, good luck and have fun.
First up in the tank, we have 8th graders Evan Chen and Ethan Sue with the revolutionary idea for shoveling snow. They are seeking a $150,000 investment with a 25% equity stake in their company, Plow on a Stick.
Hi, I'm Ethan Sue. Hi, I'm Evan Chen, and we're the founders of Plow on a Stick, the new and easy way to remove snow.
We are here seeking an investment of $150,000 for 25% of our company. Every winter, I could always recall my dad complaining about his back pains after one day of shoveling snow. So we asked ourselves, why couldn't we invent something that alleviates these issues? Why couldn't we bring the snow plows to the sidewalks?
You know, I've also been shoveling since before I can remember. Every year, you tire yourself out trying to clear a driveway or a sidewalk. Are you sharks or any of your children ever tired after shoveling snow? Then this is the solution to the problem.
This is Plow on a Stick.
Our proprietary product is basically a wedge on the end of a stick, as you can see in our prototype. It is used to remove snow from a desired area. This would make it much easier for the elderly to plow snow.
In the snow removal market, there have been no new innovations in the recent years. This product can change that because it would revolutionize the way people move snow by being easier, efficient, and safer. More than 11,000 people per year are hospitalized due to shoveling-related injuries. We believe this product can reduce that number to 0.
Our product is different from others on the market because ours has a wedge shape as opposed to a scoop shape.
So which one of you sharks is going to help us plow through the competition? We need the expertise of one of you to give us financial aid, advertisement assistance, and capital finance.
Should we receive an offer, the money would be going to inventory and advertising. $100,000 would go to that, and $50,000 would go to help sustain our business until it is secure.
As additional info, the product will cost $29.99. The materials used to construct this brings up at $15, therefore the margin is $14.99.
We pay each of our 15 workers $9.50 an hour. Their yearly pay with insurance is $513,000.
And if for whatever reason you still aren't inclined to buy or invest in our product right now, maybe these 3 facts will help change your mind. First, the Plow on a Stick gets the job done fast, meaning you get to spend more time inside.
Because no one likes to spend a lot of time outside in this cold Chicago weather. Second, in a pinch, Plow on a Stick could be used to remove leaves from a sidewalk.
Useful, right? Lastly, the Plow on a Stick has its own personal acronym. PLOW, or PLOW, stands for
People,
Love
our
Wedge. All right, any questions?
What's your cost and sell on that?
It costs $29.99, or costs, my fault, $15 to make and sells for $29.99.
So you got a 50% margin.
Yes.
And where are you going to be selling this product?
Initially out of our warehouse in Detroit,
So direct sale.
yes.
Are you selling to any retailers?
We hope to expand to that.
So that would be a $60 sell at a retailer if they had a Keystone 50% markup, right?
Yes.
It's expensive shovel, but very cool idea. Great presentation, by the way. You guys are awesome. I like how you went back and forth, and the demonstration was very cool too. My kids unfortunately are under 7, so they don't plow yet, so I could use something like that. It's very cool.
How do you guys plan on making this accessible to the people who want to buy it?
Well, as Evan said, we're going to have our storefront in our warehouse in Detroit, so then people could just come there and purchase that there.
I see, so they actually have to go there as opposed to, say, buying it online or finding another way.
Yeah, for now.
Okay. And so how many people do you think, how many will you need to sell before you become profitable?
So in the first year, we sold 50,000 units, so that was $750,000, and we calculated that our profit was $18,000 for the first year.
How many did you sell?
50,000 in the first year.
50,000 units?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know every time I go into a Home Depot, I buy the first $20 item, so I think if we could get that marked down to $20 an item, we might have a deal.
All right.
Anything else, Evan?
I don't really have an answer for that.
How heavy is the wedge? Is it light enough for a female perhaps to push around? Have you considered that, Mark?
It will be. It is currently made out of cardboard. It's just a prototype.
Excellent. Great idea, I love it.
I think it couldn't be a better timed idea. Unlike Larry, I actually have, my children are under 7 too, but I think it's the perfect age to make them pop. They can't talk back to you too much yet. So for me, I also unfortunately don't really know much about consumer products. So for me, I think it's a great product. I'd probably buy it, but I'm not the investor you'd want. So I'm gonna be out. But great presentation, guys.
Can't all be bread products too. You gotta jump out there a little bit.
My knowledge is very limited.
You're saying 50,000 units you sold in the first year?
Yes.
That's 1.5 million in sales, right? It's 1.5 million at $30 a piece, 50,000 units. So 1.5 million, your margin is 50%, so you're making 750,000 approximately. You've got an evaluation here at $600,000, is that right?
Yes.
And how'd you come up with that evaluation?
There are sales and assets, because we inherited the warehouse. And
But really your evaluation is, you're desiring $150,000.
Inheriting the warehouse.
Now you're interested.
We're at our 1 minute warning, actually negative minute warning. So you guys had one offer, I believe, from Mr. Reese on the table. So do you guys want to discuss that with Mr. Reese?
yeah.
What's the offer on the table?
There was an offer on the table.
I don't know, did you say?
Well, I guess I can't do that.
Yeah, you need another person. Sold it at $1,000.
You can't keep an offer a secret. You gotta let us know what's going on so we can compete.
I think you got a really clever, interesting approach to designing the product. I would want to see a little bit more. We want to see it in action. I think a little bit more before I do want to take this.
All right.
Deep snow, for example.
I'm actually a little more interested at your $29.99 price. I think that knocking your margins down to $5 is a little worrisome. I think you're going to need to be able, especially if what you're going to be doing is selling through a storefront. I think you could probably knock your margins down to something that low if you were actually had some kind of online infrastructure, and you could extend your reach across even a region as opposed to just your small area. But if you guys aren't going to be able to get out online and do the online ordering thing, I would defend your margin, and I would caution against necessarily going down to $20 at $15 to make the thing.
Okay.
So do
So
we have a
what's the
deal?
current offer?
Well, we only have 100 to spend.
You can
Right.
spend
No,
as
you
much
can
as you
spend more
want.
than that,
Oh,
don't
you
worry. It's monopoly money, you know?
You can't just spend it, right?
I just
You're
didn't hear
short.
what his offer was. So what is the current offer on the table? Or
Well-
is there not?
Would you like to do halvesies?
No, I want this myself. What do you, have you put an offer on the table yet?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you did. Okay. So just before I make an offer, your cost is $15, you're selling for $30, correct?
Yes.
So $30 and you sold 50,000 units. You sold, hypothetically, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that's $1.5 million. Your margins are what?
$14.99.
Your margins are 50%.
Okay.
So how much are you making there?
To-
$750,000 of gross profit is what you're making,
Yes.
which puts a very high evaluation on here. But when I asked your evaluation before, your evaluation really is you're asking for $150,000 for a 25% stake in your company, right? That puts your evaluation at $600,000 for your company. So that's a very high evaluation. But it's a great product, and I'm going to put an offer on the table. I don't have $150,000 because my wife shops way too much. I have $100,000. So I'm going to go half of that, $50,000, and I think I'm the only offer at the table for 51% of your company.
So you're doing 50,000 in.
50,000
Then
in
you'd be at 12.5.
No, he wants 51%.
for 51%. So I'm putting it in.
Don't take
I'm sorry. Did you put an offer in? I'm trying to make a deal here. I'm trying to help these poor kids out. I really am.
it.
All right. Last 5 seconds.
You accept, yeah.
Do you accept 51% for $50,000, Evan and Ethan?
Sure, we'll take it.
Now we have this. Next up, we have 8th graders Goodwin Francis and Stacy Sandu. And they have an idea for the next big thing in the dining room world. They are seeking $20,000 for 10% equity stake for their Indian restaurant, Natalie.
Okay, so hi, my name is Goodwin.
And my name is Stacy. We would like to open a Carolyn restaurant on Devon Street.
Okay, so Carolyn Food is from Kerala, which is a state in India.
This food is very special because, it's very It's very different and it suits the needs of everybody's taste buds, which is not true for most restaurants. When people think of typical Indian food, they think of this. They think of this, or even this. The food associated with it is usually tandoori chicken or naan.
So these three up there are North Indian foods. So those foods are bread-based and use a lot of dairy, which means that they'll be very heavy, which means that you'll be very full after.
That's not true for Carolyn food, and it's not bread-based, it's rice-based, which is carbs, and you can have a lot of coconut dish, and there's a lot of curries which goes with it. So it could be anything you like, and also it's usually served on a banana leaf.
So Carolyn Food is best described as Thai food or Chinese food with Indian flavors. So we want to sell that kind of food in our restaurant. So right now we'll be passing out some samples. So yeah, enjoy.
You guys make this? Very cool.
Okay, so to start our restaurant, we want $20,000 for 10% equity stake. So as you've already seen before, this is our restaurant name and our logo. Our restaurant name is Nadu, which means homeland, which is the place you consider home.
Now to give you a little insight on Devon Street.
Okay,
What are we eating, by the way?
okay, that's rice. So a little rice with like spices. It's called biryani. There's also egg rolls and a little, that thing is called a vada. It's like filled with like onions and like
Spice.
Yeah. Okay, so we want to open our restaurant on Devon Street, which is a street with many cultures and businesses. So we're going to open our restaurant in the Indian section on that restaurant.
In this section, there are many Indian restaurants, but sadly, all of them are North Indian.
Okay, so if you look on the board, we will show you a few restaurants on Devon and where their food is from. So that one is called the Viceroy of India, and its food is from Punjab. That restaurant over there is called the Hyderabad House, and its food is from Hyderabad.
In Pakistan, there's a restaurant called Neda's Foods Cafe.
And that restaurant over there is called Arya Bhavan, and its food is from Gujarat.
Continue to map out the restaurants to show how far south it actually goes.
All right, so that restaurant over there is the Mysore Woodlands, and its food is from Mysore. Mysore cuisine is basically how far south Indian cuisine on Devon Street goes. So do you see that whole southern area on India? That whole area is not represented on Devon Street, and that's sad.
We're proud of our orchards in Kerala, and we want to give the voice on Devon. We know Kerala needs a voice on this street.
So we will give Kerala a voice on the street, as well as advertise our business by giving out samples, giving out brochures, and giving out small talks right on Devon Street.
We will educate people about Kerala and its food.
So if we receive an offer, we will use the money to first secure a month or two of rent and employee salaries, which will be about $8,000. The remainder of the money will be used to buy food, decor, tables, chairs, appliances, cookware, and advertising for things like websites. If all goes as planned, we plan on making $80,000 in our first year of business. So, any questions?
Sorry, I didn't catch what you're asking for.
Oh, okay. So $20,000 for 10% equity.
Okay. I think Chicagoans love their food, and they're interested in new and different things, which is not necessarily that easy to find. I think you've demonstrated that you understand what makes people interested by providing samples, and food is really great. Everybody here is missing out here. I think this kind of business either wins or loses based on the quality of the food, for one, and also the hard work of the restaurateurs. And I think you have something interesting here. So I'm in.
I think you guys really presented it well, and it also seems very well thought out, and it's coming from a place, to me, it doesn't seem like you guys are necessarily taking of an advantage in the market, but you're actually trying to do something and fill a gap where something's missing. And I particularly resonate with that kind of thing, because I think that there's a real organic path to success there when you're actually filling a need like that, and especially with a culture that is aware of those kind of things. So I think it's a great idea. It tastes great. I think you will do very well. So I'm in.
Are your families both from that region?
Yes.
I think it's great when somebody's business is personal to them and connected to them. I think you might be asking for a little too little money. That's just me, but I think that I with these gentlemen am in. I think you should try to get everybody in. The more owners of a restaurant you have, they tell people to go to their little piece of the restaurant, and they fill it up. So I say you try to run the table with everybody. And it's great food. So.
Where will you be passing the samples? How will you get people to understand that this is different than the other restaurants on the street?
Like we said before, we're going to give out some small talks, like right on the street when we pass out the samples. We'll also give them small brochures that explain some of this information.
I think it's great. It's delicious. My only concern is getting out there enough, having enough resources to get the information out to people, because you may just blend in with the other restaurants, although with this education, you're definitely different. Restaurants concern me, just the rate of failure in restaurants, so I'm out.
I think you guys did a great job with the presentation. My favorite part was how you visually said there's a hole missing right here. You filled up the whole country of India with restaurants there, and there's an obvious hole missing. So excellent job in the presentation, and the food is amazing. That said, I'm not a food guy, so while I second everybody's strong opinion that this is a good investment, I'm unfortunately out.
I'll make this very quick. Great presentation. I love your outfit, by the way. Let people know it's a little spicy when you see them. I don't know much about the restaurant business, and I know it is very difficult, but I would love to join in with everybody else, especially since the big guy at the end of the table has a little bit of restaurant and a lot of baking experience. I think he'd be a great asset. So as long as I can borrow some money, I'm in.
So,
I'm already spending a little too much money, I can tell, but I'm in if you'll let me.
yes, of course.
And if you need t-shirts made, I'm your man.
Okay. So
the guys who started.
So I think Stu had, back to the business, I think Stu had a great point. I think you need a little bit more money, especially with 4 of us joining in, is that right?
Yep.
So 4 of us joining in. I'm a big 51% type guy, but
Maybe you want to let them keep their company this time. Just do it. One time.
can you please let them negotiate? I would say 51% and we all put in 20K. That's
Are you going to put in some
$80,000.
shifts?
Am I gonna what?
Are you going to put in some shifts? At 51%, you got to be there.
Okay, all
That's
right.
fine. Let's bring it down. We're a minority. Then we don't have to be there.
I know, I'm the
Yeah.
Mexican guy, I've got to work in the kitchen, I got it. All right, I'm there. So what do you think, Stu? You head it up.
What does everybody think about maybe 15,000 each for 40% total? So each 10% for 15 times.
All right.
Everybody.
That's a very generous offer, I think. Yes.
Awesome.
It's very good food. That helped a lot. That was a great idea for the samples.
You accept?
All right.
Now up, we have 8th graders Elizabeth Keegan and Noah Newsom presenting their fascinating company, the Visually Impaired Positioning Satellite, otherwise known as the VIPS. This product is a new way of hearing the word GPS. They are seeking $250,000 for 20% equity stake.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth. And I'm Noah. And we are here to represent our company, VIPS, or VIPS. VIPS stands for Visually Impaired Positioning Satellite. Our product is very similar to a GPS because it helps blind people find their way around easier. We will be asking for $250,000 in exchange for 20% equity stake in our company. Our product will have easy buttons and voice control for a visually impaired person to use and operate. It will also have a motion detector that will warn the user if an object or animal is within 50 feet. It will also be able to search directions for the user and speak them out loud for any visually impaired person to easily direct themselves to any destination. Our product is very easily attached to a normal cane. It will only cost about $200 with insurance. Our product will weigh about a pound and under. It will be very easy and durable for a blind person to use. Our product is needed because visually impaired people across the world have only a simple cane to guide them where they want to go. Our product will give them a new source of technology which will help them live safer and get directions to any destination.
The products that are in the marketplace now, such as a straight cane or a cane with an attempted technological aspect, have been noted to be very bulky and inconvenient. Our cane, on the other hand, will not be bulky or inconvenient, and will have features that other canes don't.
We are asking for $250,000 and 20% equity stake. We would use the money to produce and manufacture our product and also to advertise.
Dr. Bovich, we would be asking for your help in advertising our product to the blind. And Mr. Reese, we would be asking for your help in the design and development of our product.
Be a part of our product that will give eyes to people who can't use their own.
So McSharks, will you take place in this revolution?
And this is our prototype. I can bring it closer in case you guys want to see this part.
So do other sharks have an opportunity to invest in this great product?
Yes, you do. We're also asking for financial help and other things like that too. But those are just the main things that we were asking to do with the money that we're asking for.
It's a great product, great presentation.
Yeah, super high tech. Really love that. I think you can have not just market reach with visually impaired blind people, but other people that if you're walking and maybe looking at your iPhone or something, it says, look up 20 feet, you gotta turn left. So, consider expanding that.
How'd you come up with the idea? Was there anybody that you know that's blind?
Well, some of my family, I know people who are blind, but I'm not very close with them, and I don't know.
It's a great idea. And a very good presentation, by the way.
Thank you.
I didn't catch, did you check to see if there are other products that are sort of technically similar to this? I know you described canes and other products that don't have these general features.
Yeah, we did a lot of research on that, and there was one that seemed like it was our main competition, but it looked more like a vacuum, and it was like huge because I saw a picture of it, and it like weighed a ton, and so it didn't seem like it would help someone get around. It seemed more like you were carrying like an extra bag of luggage.
It does seem to me like you guys might have more competition than you think. The iPhone has a lot of what you've got going on in terms of positional awareness and all of that. I see that you've got some plans for, you know, microchips, and you've got some computer hardware there. I'm interested to know why you didn't go the route of potentially just focusing on software and using the hardware that's in the mobile world now, and using a peripheral device that potentially could speak to these hardware devices that everybody already owns. Have you considered doing something like that?
Well, we were thinking about doing an app at first, but one of the things is with the iPhone, they won't be able to see like what parts of the iPhone you're touching, and so that's why we have buttons that are different shapes on ours, because if you can't see.
You know, you'd be amazed. You would be amazed at what Apple has done for handicap accessibility. Now, I don't know if you've actually turned on handicap access in your iPhone, but it becomes a totally different device. It's actually hard to turn off once you do it. The screen goes black and everything is spoken. So a blind person can absolutely use an iPhone or an iPad just by touch. It becomes braille. Every button is spoken and then they have to execute it. So there's a vast infrastructure of work that Apple has invested into making these things, and as well as the fact that you can actually have a peripheral device that will integrate with the switching of the device itself. So you could actually have a proprietary piece of hardware, like your cane, that was, say, Bluetooth enabled, that could speak to the iPhone, and you could feed it all sorts of information, but you wouldn't be stuck with hardware that will become outdated soon. And you're going to have to reinvent it and reinvent it and reinvent it every time there's a new piece of hardware. I'm afraid of hardware, to be perfectly honest. I see all of the ideas are spectacular, and there's a real need here. But I think that if you guys get hung up in manufacturing, you can find yourself with a whole bunch of units that you can't get rid of. And if you were to shift maybe most of your focus onto software, you might be a little lighter on.
You're saying there's still a product here, it just might take a different form.
Yeah, I think that maybe if you just kind of offload a little bit of your hardware into some of the mobile devices and focus on getting to speak remotely, I think you would have an already installed user base that would be ready to go, and it would be an easy way to add on to something that they already own.
Yeah, that's a very good idea, thank you.
I really like it. I think working with the aging population that is continuing to grow, some of those, some of your target market may not be into using the Apple device. So I think they'll be more familiar with something lightweight, cane-like feature that could really help them. So I don't know all the technological background of it all, but I think it's a really useful tool, and that you can market to seniors or the aging population where they're looking for other devices to help them, where they may not go to the Apple phone or the iPhone to help them with that. So I like it. I'm in.
I'm in too, but I think I would want to have John's expertise here.
You know, I'm in too, because I'm really all about the handicapped accessibility and technology. I think this is some place that we're going to see just explode, and so I'm absolutely in. You know, there's room for, you know, and in any development process, you're going to go up and back with making some decisions. So I'm definitely in.
Okay, Sharks, what's your deal? Are you working
Yeah,
together?
well, I went into, I think, not only will we have a direct product here, but some of the stuff that we learn, we can probably patent and sell to other tech companies. So I'm definitely in.
Okay, so are you guys willing to collaborate?
Sure.
I am.
What are you asking for? $250?
Yeah,
For how much?
20%, but we're willing to negotiate on that.
Yeah.
You should wait for the offer before you.
No, I think it's a great idea. They're just all way smarter than I am. You want to go that direction. I'll just slow you down. So, I'm out for it. I think great presentation.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right,
So are we going to
So, yeah.
split it 4 ways for the 20%?
Sure.
Sure.
Are you in?
I really liked your presentation. This is really cool. This presentation on paper got my attention right away, even though I'm not really in this world. So this is something I would definitely like to be a small part of, because I've already spent a lot of money. But these guys, it's their world, but I definitely want to be part of something on this. So your cost is 300 and you're selling it for 800, right? So what's your margin there?
So we will be making about $500, so that would be.
That's good. So I think there's just a typo here. It's at 125%. It's actually 62.5% margin. But that's great margin, especially to go out there. But to have some extra margin in this type of industry, I think would be good. So if the sharks who have these expertise will have me, I'll have a very small part of this.
So I'll go with 100,000. You guys want a smaller piece of it. I'm very interested in the product.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm in for 50.
Yeah, I'm in 50.
Sure. I think I've got 5 left, so I'm in for 5.
Okay.
I'm here for 1%. I'm really there for support because I love the product and I love the idea.
Okay.
Can we get Stu in for 1%? just for a little help?
I'm taking a break. Send this one out. You guys wrap up the deal. Sounds like a great deal.
Okay.
Great job.
We'll take it.
Now on the tank, we have 7th graders Kush Patel and Peter Sayouni, and they have an idea that can change parents' lives forever. They are seeking $30,000 for a 15% equity stake, and they want to know, got it right?
Hi, I'm Kush.
I'm Peter, and we have a question for you. Got a ride? If you don't, then you're in luck because we can give you one.
We are seeking $30,000 for a 15% equity stake in our company.
Our company gives rides to kids whose parents cannot give them one. We drive kids from one place to another as safely as you possibly can. As you can see from these charts, parents are constantly rushing to get their kids to different activities when they've just come home from work or from driving another one of their kids to an activity. I know from personal experience, my parents are always in the car trying to get me or my siblings to this or that activity and never have any time at home to just relax. But don't worry, because with our company, that problem is over. Just go to our website, sign up, put in the required information, and you'll instantly be connected with multiple drivers that could potentially give your child rides to their various activities.
Although we are starting to expand to giving rides to the elderly, you might be wondering what makes our company different from others, other than the fact that it's just for kids. Well, there are 2 reasons. One is our scheduled pickup times. We mainly offer scheduled pickup rides that were scheduled beforehand.
Second is our safety system. Obviously, safety is a big issue in this business idea. Don't worry, we've got that covered. Drivers are chosen extremely carefully, background checked with the police, must pass a quick driving test, and most of all, we try to hire the nicest, most caring people to be sure the child is with a completely safe driver. Our app is also a huge part of our safety system. As well as being our mobile website, it also has a tracking device so that parents can track the car that their child is in to be completely sure they're safe. Also, upon arrival at the pickup location, a boundary is set for that car based on its intended path. If the car goes beyond that boundary for more than 30 seconds, the car is reported to the police and the parents immediately.
And getting an investment from one of you sharks would be a huge benefit for our company. You would help us gain the capital necessary for good marketing and hiring more workers. You would also help us give the highest possible service for our customers.
So which of you sharks will get a ride with Got a Ride? These are our prices.
What are your margins on this?
Well, for every time a parent pays, it's a monthly fee. We take 20% profit, 80% goes towards paying our drivers and paying for marketing.
So 20% gross.
Yeah, 20%.
How do you plan on marketing this?
Well, we've mainly been, other than like getting commercials and things and SEO and stuff, we want to like go to like sporting events and music concerts and things where we could find like people who like are busy and we know like mainly sports like a swim meet or a football game or something. You know the parents there are going to be the people who we want, and we just hand out flyers, all our information, explain who we are and stuff.
So there's a particular area that you're planning on starting out in?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
How big do you think you can grow this?
I think it could be pretty big. I think we could start getting in all different cities, and I mean, we'll start out locally, obviously, but it could go all across the world, and everybody could be getting a ride with Got a Ride. Cool.
What do you value your company at?
$200,000.
Cool.
What do you ask?
Oh, 30,000.
For a 15% stake.
Value the company at $200,000.
Yeah.
I think if, just in my head, it seems like you might be, I shouldn't say this, you might be low. I think you thought through a lot of the technology in I think a pretty impressive way. You presented it in an interesting way. I think you're kind of going along with a trend in this area with the what are those pink mustache guys, Uber and things like that. But it's a specific niche that addresses what I think is a real specific need. So I'm interested.
I love it. I was just going to call it Uber for kids. It's like a fantastic idea, and as a mom of 3, I would pay, I don't know, how much per month? I mean, I think it's a great idea, and I think the word, just by word of mouth, would be spread pretty quickly. But as a mom, the couple things I'm concerned with, you actually address really nicely. And one is, who are these drivers? And not only are you doing background checks, but you're having face-to-face interviews to make sure they're pleasant, which is really important. And also, I love the app tracking device, which is fantastic. If I could put a band around each one of my kids so I knew where they were at every moment, I would love that. This is a great feature. So I'm in.
Thank you.
What's the age range of the children you serve?
Well, we're mainly like going for, I mean, it's almost anybody, like 7 to like 18. I mean, I know 18-year-olds would be needing rights, but I mean, it could basically be anybody. We're mainly targeting people in middle school and like high school, because I know like my siblings are around that age, and it's pretty busy because it's really crazy. But we're also trying to expand. Like, I mean, right now we're kind of limiting ourselves to kids, but with your guys' help, we can expand to like mainly elderly people who like aren't comfortable driving themselves. I mean, we don't have to limit ourselves.
My wife is actually out of town in London, and she doesn't trust me with the kids, much less anybody else. But I think she would trust you guys because you came up with a great idea, and I really like the security aspect of it. So the app, I think, would be, maybe you could speak on the app, but I think the app would be a great feature, and if you can track security, that would be very beneficial. I'm in.
I like it too, although I wouldn't rely on an iPhone for connectivity and tracking someone. There are better devices out there to feed your position, and then people can see it with an app. But I wouldn't use an iPhone to transmit your position. I would use some kind of GPS tracker, but otherwise, it sounds very smart to me, so I'm in.
Yeah, it's one of the first ride systems that I've seen that actually has a subscription. So 12 rides a month is just $200 if I'm only going up to 5 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how did you come up with those prices?
Well, we just started at a reasonable number. We thought we started at like 80. We sort of played around. Well, for the 4 rides, 0 to 5, for like our first number, and they're all like based on that. And we just sort of played around with stuff and figured out what we wanted.
And it's a 20% margin on those. And you think the company's valued at how much?
$200,000.
And you want only $30,000 for 50% of that?
Yeah.
15%. All right, that makes more sense. No, I'm in. It's a great idea.
So, who's it?
Let's give them more money. Let's start tomorrow. Be at my house one time.
So are we splitting it, or are we buying more than 15%? Are you selling more than 15%?
Well,
I think you'll need more money.
More than 50%.
Good idea. 51.
Surprise. How much are you willing to sell?
Yeah, 30%. I would say 30%.
That's a good number.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Right.
Good count. Yeah, love it.
60,000, 30%.
Cool.
People-
Sounds good.
All of you guys are in, we're all in.
We're all
All
in.
right, you guys
Great.
gotta do
Now on the 10th, we have 7th graders Brandon Shopper and Faisal Shika with an idea for selecting books and accessing library services. They are seeking $20,000 for a 10% equity stake in their company at their service.
You want books and you want them now.
You know what you want, but you don't know how.
You know you want a book, but you don't know which one.
Well, we can recommend it, and you'll be reading a ton.
Don't be fooled by other companies. They just want your money and royalties.
Don't be nervous, because that's why we're here at your service. Word.
Hi, I'm Greta.
And I'm Faiza. Our company is called At Your Service.
We are seeking $40,000 for 20% equity stake. Our company is a website that allows you to receive library materials at your home.
Also, you can take surveys in order to get recommendations for books from us. Regardless of whether you need a recommendation or not, you just check out a book online and we'll go to the library and bring it to you.
You can get a membership online for $8 per month or just pay $5 each time. We've been in business for 2 years, and after the first year, we have 500 members and 200 one-time customers. Currently, after 2 years, we have 1,500 members and 350 one-time customers.
When you are done with the books, you simply put them back in the box and leave it outside your door. We will come pick up the box and you are done, but late fine letters will be sent if necessary.
If your parents are very busy and don't have time to drive you to the library, or maybe you don't know what book to read, then At Your Service would be very helpful to you and make your life much easier in many ways.
Our company is differentiated from other competitors out in the market because not only do we offer recommendations, but we have memberships as well. Also, we have our own delivery trucks, which means that neither UPS or FedEx are involved, so the estimated time of deliveries is more exact.
We are aiming for all of the sharks because our company is involved in 2 very large industries, technology and service. The sharks can help us advertise using commercials and ads. We will use the money for these ads, commercial costs, and delivery services.
Everyone in this room can benefit hugely from At Your Service, so help us turn the pages to success.
The first thought that comes to me is we all go in and pair us up with Got It Ride.
So you have 500 members right now
No, that was the first year. We have 1,500 members.
per year, or total since you started in the past 3 years?
In total, we would have in total we have 1,500 after the second year.
And some of those are one-time users.
No, we have
No.
separate is
I
year
see.
end 15.
So we're in year 3 now, and you have 1,500 members at $8 a piece, correct?
Yes.
Per month. And do you know what your margins are?
Well, we sell membership for $5 and $8, and one time is $5.
And what are your costs that go into this?
Well, we have gas and like you have to buy the trucks, but right now we're only in Skokie, so we hope to expand in other locations.
When you expand, are you going to expand yourself or franchise it to other places?
Expand ourselves.
So you're doing $144,000 a year in total sales at 1,500 members per month at $8, correct? Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
And your margins are variable, but you think maybe 20–30%? Or you don't know? With your gas and trucks and everything else?
Yeah, we wanna rent another truck or hopefully buy,
but we need some of that, more money to buy it if we expand. And we would need more employees.
Sure. It's a great idea.
How many employees do you have now?
10. And we pay them $10 per hour. And there's 2 shifts, and so our business hours are 9 to 9.
I love the fact that you guys are so service oriented. 2 things are just concerned. Being tied to fuel costs is something that is going to be a little hard to know what you're getting into. It could definitely be going up. The other thing is, I'm just wondering if you've identified any real competition in terms of how people are actually getting books. It seems like recommending books is part of what you're doing. Is that right? As well as actually bringing them. You're actually a conduit.
And we work with the Skokie Public Library for now because we're in Skokie. So if we I know lots of people in other places would want this service, so that's why we want to expand.
Are you concerned with the demand of online books and Amazon and reading that way that'll affect your business?
Not really, because we offer recommendations, and ours is different because we have our own trucks, so we deliver them with our own services. And we recommend books. So, for example, if you have an 8th grade son, then we would find books for that specific age.
Great.
Could you describe the delivery time? Sure. You mentioned it.
It's 2 days at most, but it's usually under 2 days.
So you can schedule efficiently. You don't have to jump in your truck just to deliver one book. You can pick your route and be more efficient with fuel.
I don't see it in this plan, but in your initial plan, I saw something about movies too, and I know the library does movies. Are you doing movies or just books?
Yeah, well, it's all library material, so.
So theoretically, movies
Yeah.
too, while they do books, which could
Most
be.
people would want books for. It's mostly books, but movies too.
Making recommendations is a kind of a tall order. You're going to have to know a lot. Where are you going to know? How are you going to know all this stuff?
Well, we take book summaries and stuff, and we put them all together. And we hire people to help us as well.
I see. So employees will actually
Yeah.
be responsible for sifting through and connecting the dots with the recommendations.
Yes.
I thought it was a very good presentation, very creative. To me, it's a kind of a capital-heavy business when you want to run your own trucks, and I don't know if there's enough demand to make it worth it. So for me, I'd be out, but I wish you guys the best of luck. I don't know if you guys, anybody wants in or?
I have a similar feeling. I think it's a really interesting idea. I'm not sure about that actual model for delivery. But I know lots of people who go to the library specifically because there's a good selection and because they don't have to pay for the books themselves. Maybe some playing with the pricing and the delivery model.
We have right now we have one family truck, so we're using one of them. We don't rent any, but we're renting 2, but we have one of our own.
Yeah, I'm personally afraid of where things are headed. Most people are getting their media online these days, and with the decline of print, as well as the fact that you're kind of tied to fuel costs, and kind of, I love the idea of what you're doing. I think that you might want to consider the health angle of using bikes and using health-conscious people to do this. And if you took the green angle and you tried to avoid a carbon footprint and you did this stuff without actually burning fuels, I think you could actually get some real attention and make it a much more organic thing. There's a symbiosis between print and not damaging the earth. So
We might do that because we're in one location, so some of the people that order are live close by from each other. So we might do that.
Yeah, I think
trucks are far away.
Yeah, I think you can grow into lots of other things. It sounds like the Netflix of the library, so I like it. So I'm in. And I'm gonna place an offer for, the 40,000 that you need.
I think if you made the changes that John suggested with Pikes and AT&T, I think that you can combine with other delivery services like Grubhub or whatever. They're already driving around. So if you could kind of fold into some other infrastructure that's doing it, then I would be.
Yeah, we are hoping to do that close.
Are you in? Or are you not? Oh, good.
I mean, if you'll consider those things, I'm in.
Yeah. Will you take it?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Now presenting, we have 7th graders, 8th graders, Karen Wallace and Jessica Hansen with a hangout space for teenagers. They are asking for $100,000 for a 20% equity stake in their business called Teen Pit.
Hi, my name is Karen Wallace.
My name is Jessica Hansen.
And we are the founders of Teen Pit.
We are asking for $100,000 in exchange for 20% equity in our business.
What is our service and what do we do?
Our service is a place for teens, grades 6 through 12, so that they can hang out.
We offer multiple different activities in our multi-purpose theater, such as concerts, improv and skit nights, poetry slams, and movie nights.
We also offer many different rooms, such as a food court, an arcade, a gymnasium, a multi-purpose theater, and a library and study.
We will also add many more rooms when we expand, such as a pool and a trampoline room.
What is the need for our business?
Many students have nowhere to go if they are not in extracurricular activities.
They also have a lack of face-to-face socializing and would like to meet and make new friends.
There is no other business that offers everything in one location, so people have to drive around between all their activities.
Also, teenagers are occasionally or sometimes bored, and this is a place to quench their boredom.
What are the differences between us and our competition?
Our competition is for everybody, from toddlers to seniors.
Teen Pit is solely for teenagers so that they can meet people they relate with and can make new friends.
Our competition offers one activity per location, and it's a hassle to get around.
We eliminate that hassle by offering many different activities in one convenient location.
Our competition is further away, and it's not in walking distance.
Our location will be really near to all the schools, and it will be only a 22-minute walk from this school.
Our competition charges per hour or per activity you participate in.
We will sell memberships on a daily, monthly, or a yearly basis. What can we ask from the Sharks? We will ask for startup money so we can put the down payment on our location and get on our feet.
We also need help advertising our business and getting the word out there.
We will need help developing and expanding our business as we grow.
Finally, we will need help managing our business and distributing our money.
What will we use our money for?
We will use our money to buy our property. Our ideal location is 7331 Monticello Avenue.
We will also need the money to purchase food for our food court and supplies and furniture for all of our other rooms.
We will also need to pay our employees, such as the tutors, the supervisors, and the people that work at the front desk.
We will need the money to expand as we grow and add more rooms. This is a map of our ideal Teen Pit.
The layout may change once we move into our ideal location.
As you can see, it is easy for all the students to move between the rooms easily, so they can access everything.
Do you guys have any questions for us?
You presented that very well. Is this a local kind of like think of it like a neighborhood kind of business, or does it, when you say grow, do you mean expand to other neighborhoods, to other cities?
Expand in like the activities you can participate in. Like,
Single location.
Our ideal location is 7331 Monticello Avenue, so it's only a 22-minute walk from Oliver McCracken or a 4-minute car ride.
How much is that? Are you looking to buy the building?
Yes, it's $200,000 to buy the facility.
And how much are you going to put down on that? Are you gonna get a loan, or are you just gonna buy it outright?
Buy it outright, it's about $60,000 on a down payment.
So you're gonna finance it with the bank, put 20% down, 30% down. So you're not buying it outright, you're gonna finance it with the bank. You're gonna put $60,000 down, which will leave you $40,000 left over because you're asking for $100,000, correct? Will that do the rest of the build out that you're talking about doing here? It seems to me like you might need more money. Do you think you might need more money, or you think 100,000 is enough?
More money would be great.
Yeah, you get less company, more money. You're giving up more of your company when you get more money, you know that, right? And you're willing to do that?
Yes.
Okay. I see you have a trampoline room. I'm thinking that your liability insurance is going to be potentially more than $5,000 a year for the trampoline room.
Well, our trampoline room is going to be an expansion, and so we were looking at getting insurance too.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
You don't want kids getting hurt.
That's not.
What were you asking?
We were asking for $100,000 in exchange for 20% equity.
If you want to give us more, that's great.
Okay, good. Well, I remember being a teen. It was a long, long time ago for me, but I definitely was bored. So I think it's a great idea, and I'm in. Excellent.
How do you intend to market this to people?
Well, we're gonna put it on like social medias and stuff so that the teenagers can see it and they'd be interested. And also, if teenagers come in and they really like it, they'll invite their friends.
Anyone else?
I think it's a great idea. I'd be in if you get more money than $100,000, because I think your upfront expenses are gonna be a lot more. I think insurance is something that you probably didn't think of, that John brought up, that it's gonna be pretty high for something like this. Taxes on your buildings, monthly payments to finance the balance of that building. I'm sure you've thought of all these things before, but you need more than $100,000.
Or they could rent. They don't have to own the building. It depends on how much they actually have to build out each room, but nice time to come up in the building.
Yeah, teenagers scare me, I know.
I think that's a great solution, John. Yeah, you rent instead of buy, and then you can always buy the building after it's successful. That's a great idea, and then to rent something like that, we're probably looking at a couple $1,000 a month.
Yeah, it's about $15,000 a year to rent.
So you've already looked into that. All right, great, I'm in.
Yeah,
If you rent.
Yeah, if you rent.
Less risk up front, much better deal.
If you're an owner, can your kids go there for free? Just ask.
You guys doubling our money, or giving our
Larry, you want to structure it off?
How many we got?
4?
Four.
Okay,
So
so
how about
50 apiece?
200,000?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need 200,000? Do you want 200,000?
Sure.
Well, now, 40%?
I think
40%, 200,000.
Yay!
Yeah.
Next up, we have 7th graders Ariane Shiraka and Mika Alexander with the idea to help teachers stay organized and efficient. They are seeking $20,000 for 20% equity stake in their company. They have the advanced idea of iStudent Touch.
Hello, this is A&M Incorporated here to talk to you about the iStudent Touch. The iStudent Touch is a device that keeps students and teachers organized and efficient. It is extremely easy to use, and school will forever be too cool.
Have your kids ever felt so unorganized that they lost track of all of their supplies, fines, and agendas?
Well, I have, and this product served as the best solution for my problem.
Hi, I'm Marianne.
I'm Mika.
And our product is the iStudent Touch. The iStudent Touch is a device that helps students and teachers stay organized.
We are seeking $50,000 for 20% of our company.
The iStudent Touch helps students and teachers stay organized by making life easier at school and at the home. The iStudent Touch also alleviates the problem of paper use in schools. The biggest part of our product is that we also have a tracking feature that tracks students to make sure they're safe in school. We know that you want your kids to be safe, educated, and happy at the same time, and this product does the best for that.
Our product is differentiated from other products similar to this one because we focus solely on the students and teachers' needs. We have personalized tools just for the students and teachers, such as special homework, discipline, and extracurricular activities features. We also focus on the parents because we know that they always want their kids to be safe and happy. The parents can now log on to their kids' account and check on what they've been doing.
You can help us build up our company by helping us with production and marketing. We so far have been marketing to school boards lately, but that's not enough, and that's what we need you for. We need to market to a bigger base, and we're concerned about that. So if and when we receive an offer, it will go directly to helping our company. We will use the money for marketing and production.
Our product is the best one out there that does what we want it to do because we focus on everything that the teachers and students need. The students can now be tracked in an easy way that keeps the kids happy also. And the kids can also stay up to date on school activities, announcements, and other technology updates. The iStudent Touch just ends up being the best alternative for school and home technology.
We performed a survey on the iStudent Touch for students and kids to take. The results were very productive, showing that this is a very useful technology.
Our results were very helpful. We took the advice to heart and made new apps and features just based on the wonderful feedback. We have also had many questions that have now been resolved, and they have made our product even better. Thank you. Now let's let the fun begin.
So just to be clear, is this a product that is software only, or does it also include the device?
It is both.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not an app for...
The app is for parents to track what their kids have been doing, and the device is for the students and the teachers.
Okay, so the device comes with the software and it's not compatible or running on Android or iPhones, it's its own thing?
No.
And where did that decision come from?
Well, we were talking to the teacher and we were asking her what problems she had with as being a teacher, and so we just thought of the best solution to all those problems.
Like basically, we didn't want to have like Apple stuff, and because we knew that like it would be kind of hard for some people. So a smaller, more compact device would be the best for kids to carry around, and it wouldn't be any of it inconvenient.
I saw in your surveys, is this wrist-based? Is that what I saw?
Well, you can choose your style. Like we have wristbands, and we have like cases, or you can just put it in your pocket, like different styles.
Are you still in the design phase of this, or have you actually gone to production?
We are in production, but we are still like making more of a design. But we are still in like designing it, but we do production.
And how do you plan on upgrades?
We want to grow larger, as in like reaching to more districts, not just this one. And because if the schools spread it out, then we'll be able to make even more add-ons to it. So like different features that will help students even more.
How did you come up with the idea to market directly to the school boards? Because I think that's a great idea.
Well, basically we're thinking about how we would like go to like the top people in school, and we were thinking that like principals and everybody like at the top would love the idea if we would market to them personally, not just like through computer screens or yeah.
Excellent, great.
Where were gyms manufactured?
Basically, so far we're in like a building that we are in. It's not big yet. That's what we need before, because we are a very small company so far.
And what do you think your annual revenues will be?
So far we've made about like 200.
375,000, right?
Yeah.
That's
around.
great. 500 packages, 375,000, you're making $138,000 gross profit.
Yes.
Based off a 37% margin. That's impressive. That's part maybe some of the other sharks missed. This is not a startup. You guys are already selling this and you have $375,000 worth of sales, right? Correct?
Yes.
Wow. What are you paying yourselves? You're making a lot of money. You guys must drive nice cars. You can hire chauffeurs or maybe one of our services. Those numbers are very impressive. I'm in just because of the numbers. I think that your unit is a little bit under price. Your 37% margin, you might want to raise that so you can make at least a 50% gross margin, but it looks like you guys are well on your way and you're doing really well.
We were thinking of that, but also we've been thinking of we need to make it enough money so schools could buy it and not have to take too much money in, as it is for schools
Yeah.
to use.
So you want to be price competitive and still make it affordable. It's a great idea. You guys are doing really well.
This one falls in the category of way above my intelligence level once again. So I'm going to be honest, I think Larry's the perfect guy for you. He's got
Actually, John's more the perfect guy. It's more technology based. I just like the numbers. I'm a numbers guy.
I think you've got manufacturing experience. John's technology and he's got.
It's a little bit different. This is technology. This is sophisticated stuff.
And hey, you've got just great marketing to school districts
I'm in.
already. This is
awesome.
This is right.
You know, I'm very interested. I mean, you're certainly doing something that people need. I'm afraid of hardware. I really think that you could get stuck and suddenly in a year you're dated. You don't know what people are going to come out with. And even just in the aesthetic design of whatever it is that you would produce, it's very hard to change that. If you decide that, oh, we don't look cool anymore, let's do something new, it's kind of a big start over. As opposed to software, which allows you to really be right on your feet and make changes and stay current, add new features, and you don't have any manufacturing. So if I'm going to participate in this, I would want to shift your model much further toward the software end, not to necessarily exclude hardware, because I think you need to build a market. And you're obviously selling them, but I think that I would be thinking of transitioning your current client base over into more of an app-oriented situation where maybe you can integrate social media and do some of those things.
John knows more about hardware than I do, so I'm going to have to follow this. Go along with this.
I like your numbers too. There's no question about the numbers. I think we're starting off in a real good place. Just as long as we're all on the same page that I think that the hardware thing is probably not going to go forever. And as long as you stay adapting and that you are prepared for deviations up down the road, I'm definitely in.
Great. I mean.
So how about you take all these big profits that you're making and you create an app?
Yeah.
So you have both models. What do you think of that?
I think that's the way to go.
Position ourselves so we get bought by Apple.
Right.
Yeah.
We do have an app that is, yeah.
So you're looking for how much again?
We're looking for $50,000.
For 20%, right?
Is that going to be enough?
They don't need money, they're already rich. They get a lot of money.
We mainly need your advice on it.
Do you want to sell more? You got lots of people interested.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea. A lot. So who's interested?
I'm in.
1, 2, 3, 4. Stu, you ever going to spend your money?
I never will. Only things that I can actually understand do I very small.
Do you see the numbers?
Basically, if I can eat it or if I can send my kids to it, that's what
I'm in. Yeah, I love the idea. Tired of paper, it's perfect.
Cool. 5.
Yep.
Okay, for the 20%? You'll take it?
Yes.
Great.
Yep.
Last one, everybody.
Last Wednesday, we have seventh graders Christopher Tran and Christine Fleming with an innovation on picking up things that are caught in Clay Citizen. They are seeking $72,000 for 20% equity stake in their product, the Mini Grabber.
Hi, I'm Christine.
And I'm Chris.
Have you ever dropped something behind a piece of furniture or in another small crack?
Believe me, we all know how frustrating this can be.
But don't worry, you can easily get it out with
The Mini Grabber!
We are seeking $72,000 in exchange for 20% of our company.
The Mini Grabber gets inside small cracks behind bookcases and furniture, and gets under beds and other pieces of furniture. It is 5 feet 9 inches.
We will now demonstrate how the Mini Grabber works. Simply stick it into a small crack, making sure that the claws surround the item you're trying to grab. Squeeze the handle. And pull the Mini Grabber out of the crack.
Cool.
Would anybody else like to try it?
Now you may be wondering why you would want to buy this product, especially since there are other products such as the Mini Grabber. The Quick Stick, sorry. The Mini Grabber is longer and thinner, and it still works when it's bent.
No one's tough.
See the problem? Now, if you've ever tried to get anything behind your fridge or dresser or bookshelf, then you know how hard it is to get it out. You stick your hand in, and it's too wide or too short. You probably felt like this.
Arg! I can't reach it!
However, if you use the Mini Grabber, you can get it down in only a minute with no trouble at all. Everybody wants to avoid all that hassle, right?
Surveys have shown that many people would like to buy the Mini Grabber, so we expect and have a lot of business.
We need help with marketing and delivering large orders of Mini Grabbers to consumers and stores.
If one of you Sharks invest, you'll use the money to fill a test order to Home Depot on 10,000 pieces. We will also use it for labor costs.
So, who wants to help us make everybody's life a whole lot easier and save their arms and backs in the bargain?
You won't be sorry.
So do you plan on selling this through what kinds of stores?
Home Depot?
Yeah. Any others?
At the moment, we are selling on the internet. So,
Only $10 a piece, I see.
What are you gonna do with the money that we give you? That you're asking for? How are you use that?
As we said, we will fulfill a test order to Home Depot of 10,000 pieces. And we also use it for labor costs.
You have this order? Home Depot actually wants 10,000 units?
It's a test order. Yeah. So what's the cost to sell? I'm sorry, I can't read.
okay, so,
Is it $5 to $10? Is that
Yes.
right? It costs $5 for you to make it and $10 to sell. So you got a $100,000 order from Home Depot. Is that correct? And you're making how much on that? At 50% margin? That's $50,000 profits, right?
Yes.
Yes. That's great. That's an awesome order. And that's just a test order, right? So the way Home Depot works is they'll probably only go to 10% of their stores, about?
Probably.
Probably. So if it tests well, you
understand that that order is going to go to 100,000 units when they go chain-wide, because everybody's going to want one of these products.
Yes.
So how are you going to finance manufacturing all of those mini grabbers? Is that what you need us for?
Yes.
Or you'll just have to tell Home Depot that they have to wait, right?
How are you selling them now? Are you advertising?
Yes, we are selling online at the moment, and we have made a few YouTube videos, which we can't actually show you right now, unfortunately. And we are, to get employees, we are putting employee wanted ads in the newspaper. So,
Where's it being made? In your factory?
In a small factory.
In the States or overseas?
In the States.
I think Home Depot would like made in America.
Have you tried to patent it yet?
yes, we do have a patent.
Have you gone to any other retailers besides Home Depot?
I don't think so.
But you will, right?
Yes.
You could double your volume if you went to Lowe's too.
I think you'd be great with an infomercial also. I'd buy this at 3 in the morning.
Why don't you go to invest?
What?
Yeah.
I will. This is right at my level. I can understand this. I'm in on this one. Yeah.
Even though it's not edible.
What?
Even though it's not edible.
No, but the kids lose stuff constantly that I can't get to. So I'm in on this one.
How much does the pick stick cost?
$5.
And yours is $10?
No, we sell for $10. Yes.
No, the competitor's stick. How much does that cost?
Oh. Well, we haven't actually looked that up yet. Probably some high number.
Yours is a very good value then, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, that's great.
I think it's interesting. I'm in.
I'm in, it's retail, right up my alley. You need to expand to other companies besides Home Depot, like Lowe's, your idea is great, Walmart. You need to expand quickly.
I love Home Depot, I'm in.
I think we're all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, finally.
There you go.
We accept.
Oh, good.
Let's give another round of applause for all the student presenters, MCAs, parents, administrators, teachers. Thank you all for coming. Great job. Look for the products in the stores.
And thank you especially to the Sharks. We're so appreciative of your volunteering.